Hey, thanks for dropping in. If you've seen my previous videos, you're probably aware that I'm not shy about using alcohol in my dishes. Whether it's wine, brandy, vermouth, or something else, I love the background notes that wine and spirits give to a dish. Normally my family, and I'm talking extended family here, not just my wife, are okay with this, and we can all be kind of blissfully ignorant that what we're eating has booze. That's a little hard to do though with penne alla vodka or penne in vodka sauce, since the booze is right there in the name. So I've come up with my own alcohol-free version. It's penne without the vodka, or I guess penne senza vodka. Like the original dish, it begins with aromatics. In this case, a large shallot and a few cloves of garlic. The shallots I just chopped up smallish, and garlic cut into slivers. In place of the heavy cream and vodka, I'm using sour cream. This will add a little extra bite and tang to the dish. As for the other ingredients, I've got chili flakes, a tube of tomato paste, and it's a new tube because I'll be using the whole thing. Penne noodles, of course. Let me just move that knife out of there. And finally, a handful of basil, which will help add some freshness. And that's it. This is a very simple dish. So let's get cooking. Alright, I've got some olive oil heating in my pan, to which I'll add my shallots. My heat's only on medium-low because I don't want to accidentally burn anything. We're gentle cooking today. On another burner that you can't see, I've got a big pot of salted water heating up for my pasta. I'm going to let these shallots fry until they're nice and soft and just starting to turn the slightest bit golden. That'll take a few minutes. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes and my shallots are nice and soft. I can now add the garlic, as well as the chili flakes. Even on low heat, this garlic will burn pretty quick, so I'm going to fry these for only about a minute. On the other burner that you still can't see, I've dropped my penne into the boiling pot of water. Hopefully the pasta and the sauce will be cooked at about the same time. Next in the pan is the tomato paste. As I said earlier, I'm using the entire tube. Once it's all in there, I'll stir it in. It'll coat the shallots and garlic and keep them from burning. As you can see, the tomato paste is quite runny, so I'm going to cook it until it dries out and becomes significantly thicker. That'll intensify both its flavor and its sweetness. Here we are after 2 minutes. The tomato paste is reduced and it isn't quite as watery as before. Still, it's not yet where I want it, so I'll give it another minute or so. Alright, you can see the tomato paste is quite a bit drier. It's also deepened in color, and I can smell a roasty tomato aroma coming off the pan. This is ready. Unfortunately, my pasta isn't. But that's not a problem, because all I have to do is add a ladleful of the pasta water to the pan and kill the heat. I'll let this come down from a boil before I add the sour cream, so that the sour cream doesn't curdle. My pasta's cooked, but before I can add it to the pan, I have to finish the sauce. It's cooled down enough now that I can safely add the sour cream. I'll start with 1 heaped spoonful and stir it in. It's not where I want it yet, so I'll add another spoonful. It's really up to you how much sour cream you add to the sauce. Just keep in mind that the more you add, the thicker the sauce will become, and also the tangier the final taste will be. I think this is pretty good, so I'm going to finish it with a nice pinch of salt. And some freshly cracked pepper. Time to taste. A bit more salt, and this should be good. It's time for pasta and sauce to meet. As I move the penne from the pot to the pan, I'm making sure to bring a little pasta water with each scoop. That'll help keep the sauce loose and creamy. And you can do this right up to serving. If your sauce ever starts to get too thick, just stir in more pasta water. The last thing this dish needs is a sprinkle of fresh basil, which I'll tear by hand directly into the pan. And maybe another splash of pasta water. And this looks pretty much perfect. So here we go, my alcohol-free, vodka-free penne in creamy tomato sauce. To finish, I'll grate on some Parmigiano Reggiano, and this plate of food is ready to be devoured. So what do we have? Penne pasta coated in a rich and creamy tomato sauce, of course. The sauce itself has sweetness from the reduced tomato paste. The sour cream has added a nice zing as well as richness in body because of the added fat. The basil is fresh and herbaceous, and the grated parm is the proverbial cherry on top. Overall, I don't think anyone could try this dish and miss the vodka. My family certainly won't. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and decide to give penne without vodka a shot yourself. If you do, let me know in the comments how it turns out. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.